Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio, UK. Pinoy Radio, UK. Sumasahing papawid, 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, happy Thursday. Magandang gabi ho sa inyong lahat. Happy Thursday ho sa inyong mga nanonood ho sa ating palatuntunan. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN. Ito po ang Immigration Corner. So we talk about immigration on a Thursday night. Every week ho ito, no? Every week. Ako ho ay nawala lang. I had almost a 10-day tour or of probably, siguro 1/4 ng Italy o 2/4 basta ganun, no? Nakaikot ako ng medyo malaki-laki, mahaba-habang drive. So welcome mo sa ating programa. Ako yung nawala for a while. I'm back, alive and kicking ho tayo ngayon, at makakasama natin yung pinakamamahal nating, well, brains and beauty ho to, no? Siya ho ang managing partner ho, managing partner, director ng Douglas Simon Solicitors, no? Siya ho ang reason dahil na nagkakaroon tayo ng Immigration Corner dahil eksperto sa immigration. Wala naman ho akong alam sa immigration. So we're going to be talking about immigration, and the best person to do that sa gabing ito, syempre, and every Thursday night na we've been doing this show, siya ho ang ating kumbaga source of information. Mga kaibigan, ayan, welcome natin dito sa ating programa. Ating pinakamamahal, actually, siya nag-host ng sarili niya ng mga nakaraan 2 linggo yata. Because last week I got sick, and the previous week I was in Italy, no? Birthday, celebration ng ating sweetheart. And so we were together doon sa Italy. Okay, mga kaibigan, welcome natin, no? Let's say happy Thursday to sa ating pinakamamahal na abogada, no? The one and only, LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, magandang gabi. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, Sonny. I tell you, I missed you. I really missed you. How about, look, how was the holiday? Did you have a good time?
As far as having a good time, the views, they're stunning. It's stressful in a way because you're driving in a country that's known for very aggressive drivers, bullying drivers, and also the roads are very complicated. But other than those, it was a wonderful thing. We went to Venice, started off with Venice, and then we drove to, I don't know if you're familiar with Verona, which is yung kay Shakespeare na site ng, diba, Romeo and Juliet.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, and it's a nice city. It's a nice, lovely city, beautiful city. And then we went from there to Modena, which is the home of Ferrari, because dyan doon nagmula yung Ferrari. Plus, I don't know if you're familiar with balsamic vinegar, attorney. Yung balsamic na Modena, it comes from Modena. Yeah, yung balsamic vinegar. So ako, I love salads to yun. And then from there, we went to Bologna, yung mga bolognese na, di ba, yung mga pasta. And then from there, we went to, sorry, nagsasalita na ako, attorney, parang bigla ako nagkaroon ng travel route, no? So, yun lang, basta we went to Florence, and then from Florence, we went to La Spezia, and then we went via Genoa. We weren't able to stop by Genoa because it was raining so hard. Genoa to Turin, and Turin to Lake Como, then back to Venice, and then Padova, and the last 2 days in Venice. It was a wonderful experience, except for the driving. Yeah. Oh. Yun,
So
no.
it's
Have
about what,
you?
10
Yeah.
places in how many days how many days were you
Oh,
there? How
wow.
many?
We were there almost about 10 days, 9 days to 10 days. Pero I don't know if you know this, but Italy is composed of about 22 regions. And we were able to probably to hit about 5 or 6 regions: Veneto,
Oh,
Emilia-Romagna, Liguria, Piemonte, uh, Lombardia. We hit a lot of many regions. No, kasi from
gosh.
yeah, it was a wonderful, thrilling, and ano ba yung
So,
tawag dito, stressful. Oh, if I were
yes, I
driving
can
my car,
imagine nga, no?
di ba, nasa
Oh,
kabila kayo, you're driving on the other hand of the side of the road,
yeah, of
plus
course.
siyempre you have to get
Oh,
familiar. Ito pa ang funny thing. They have tolls. They have toll gates. France and Italy are known for toll gates. You wouldn't believe this, attorney. We exited a toll gate, came back to the same toll gate, exited that toll gate, came back to the same toll gate. We were so lost, talagang wow. So yeah, yes, it's ano. Plus you're driving on the other side of the road. Yun lang naman. And then I
I
got
see.
sick na. Last 2 days I got naulanan ako when we were in Lake Como, where I had to park
Mm.
yung hotel malayo ng konti yung parking, and it was pouring so hard. Wala akong payong, so naulanan ako, pero I forgot to take a shower to shower it off that night. So
Mm.
ayun, when we got back to Venice, I was starting to have this not feeling well. Pero okay, it was a
Oh, no.
wonderful.
Yeah,
I'd do it
goodbye.
again if you ask me. Oh yeah, I'd do it
Talaga.
again. We went to Siena. Yeah. Now, if I were to go there, I'd bring my car. Although it would be difficult dahil you drive, iba yung manibela mo, di ba? Pero I would be more comfortable driving my car than driving rent a car, because every time I drive a rent a car, it's a new car that I have to get familiar with, di ba? Yung mga controls.
Mm.
So I've driven a
Mm.
lot of cars siguro. Marami na akong coaching na drive. The last kotse na drive naman was a Jeep Renegade. Maganda, Renegade, di ba? Jeep. Kaya
Oh,
lang,
wow. Ang
yun
laki
nga,
nila. Ang laki.
malaki siya. It's an MPV, no? Multi-purpose vehicle. Pero, yun nga, it's very stressful. And the Italians, they would flash you. Parang sa likod yung talagang, "Uy, get out of my way," ganyan.
Out of the way.
And then they round them. Out of the way, talagang they will flash you talaga. So nakakatakot. So yeah, yun lang. So far, we were there. Ikaw,
Wow, that sounds
kumusta naman?
great.
Ano naman ang mga extracurricular mo? Any movies or any Formula Ones again?
I do. Oh, no, not yet nga. No, it's no, the last couple of weeks nga have been quite quiet, which was it's quite nice actually to have quiet. But look, meron kong one with the solicitor's office namin. He was actually telling me he needs to take time off next year. Dahil sabi niya, he's bought himself one of those Euro tickets, no? So ang
Okay.
gagawin niya, he will be traveling through most of Europe, no? On this ticket next year. So he has he's booked 9 days off, and he will be hitting. He hopes at least, no, something like 6 countries. Europe nga. So he's going to be, but I'd love to do that. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, maybe I'll copy it, because I don't think I can drive, no? Ikaw I know that, ikaw sanay ka naman magmaneho, but I would find it too
Mm.
stressful driving. I can't
I
imagine
know. Yeah, yes.
driving on the wrong side or the right side in their case. Um,
Well, the other side of the road, yeah. Other side.
yeah,
Pero teka muna, you have to warn, babae ba to, lalaki?
lalaki.
Oh,
Yung ano,
bumili kami niyan.
yung
We did that before, na yung Euro rail card. The problem is, akala mo dyan, you just can hop on and hop off sa mga ano ang tawag dito, sa mga rail. Pero baka nagbago na. Imagine, we already paid, I don't know how much it was, about 252 pounds or dollars or euros. I couldn't remember exactly. But we still had to pay added
Mm.
on, mga add-ons pa rin. We will always pay something along
Oh,
the way. Teka muna, we already paid for this, yung Europe Rail card. But teka muna, but why are we
oh,
paying more? Ganyan. So, tas ibubuk mo pa yan. Pagdating mo doon sa, kunyari, for your onward destination, you'll have to go to the parang ticketing office, parang kailangan para to get your, parang kailangan to secure a seat. I don't know. Sabi ko, akala ko it was pretty straightforward. Buy a Euro rail card and then, enjoy the rest of Europe. Hindi. We had to pay
yeah.
additional. Pero yeah, that would be lovely. I would love to go to, we were watching last holiday, it's a movie. It's actually a movie by Queen Latifah. I don't know if you've heard of her. Queen Latifah.
I
Mataba yun,
saw
may
that last
black girl.
week. Yeah, yeah.
And the
Nakita mo ba?
last holiday.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
last week.
Oh, so we were planning on going to Karlovy Vary, yung place kung saan yung hotel na yun, yung
Yeah.
Grand Hotel Pup. Oh yeah, yung Grand Hotel Pup.
Mm.
That town pa, Karlovy Vary. It's a spa town. It's a world recognized spa town. There's so many hot springs scattered all over Karlovy Vary. So Karlovy Vary, tapos Prague, di ba? Czech Republic yun eh. Sa Czech Republic. So I was thinking of driving from there to Cologne, down to Frankfurt, Nuremberg, and then yung Karlovy Vary. Gusto ko lang mag-drive na kasi parang I wanna, minsan kasi as an attorney, you can bring more things. You can bring a lot of shoes, kasi pag limited ka eh. And then you sometimes argue do sa check-in pag, di ba? Oh, well, this is you're over, ganun ba? Well,
That's
sa
true.
bagay. Yeah. So ganun lang. I wanted to go there. Kung napanood mo pala, that's good. You saw this, yung black girl?
Yeah, yeah, yun na nga. No,
Oh,
it looked beautiful, no? The
oh yeah.
hotel. At saka yung, the scenery, if it was filmed there nga. And the skiing, it seems also doon on this nearby. Yeah, no, it was a sweet film, no? I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, yes. It's a well, parang romantic office mate niya, no? Okay, attorney, let's go. Tatanungin sana kita, teka muna. Quick one lang. Si Watson ba, did you get him as a puppy or was he already named as Watson when you got him? Dito pala.
Yes,
Mario. Very cute,
that is
no?
him. Yeah,
Very cute. Oo nga, oo.
he's
Ganyan ba nakatingin
meron kayo
sa'yo? Wala nakatingin sa'yo.
narinig sa, yeah. Well, if you can hear
Wala,
something
wala,
in the
wala.
background, well, siya, at the moment, nandiyan sa may kanan ko nga, no? And
Ang cute.
he's asleep. Yung nga lang, he snores when he sleeps. No?
Oh,
So,
really?
kung meron
Okay.
ka
Pero wala.
naririnig,
Wala so
snoring,
far.
siya yun.
Wala.
Yeah, no, that he can
Nag-snore pala
snore
ang
quite
doggy, no?
loudly. Yeah, no,
Okay.
he does.
How did you get
So,
him?
yeah, no,
Baby pa? Puppy pa?
puppy.
Puppy pa?
Yeah, he was
Walang
only
pangalan.
siguro no, wala pa siya mga no, ang pangalan niya dati because he was Snoopy.
Snoopy ang
Tawag sa
pangalan
kanya
niya?
unang-una. Snoopy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't have a
How
dog
long did
called Snoopy.
Okay. How long did it take Watson to eventually get used to their new name? Paano yun? So wala na Snoopy, kundi Watson, ganun ang tawag mo.
Yeah, very, very quickly. Dahil kung may pagkain, even then, kung may pagkain, so you call him, then bigyan mo siya ng pagkain, he answers. He would answer to anything, frankly, kung may pagkain. So, yeah, no, he got used to it very quickly.
Okay.
Probably a few days lang.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're thinking of getting a
tinawag mo
puppy.
siya Watson, I'm sorry?
You were thinking of
Ano sabi
getting
mo?
one, no? A dog.
Oh,
Ikaw,
yes.
you
Yes.
think?
Yes. Oh, yun nga. Yung gusto ko lang malaman kung if I give a name, I'll come up with a little bit of a contest siguro. What name to give my puppy, no? Kung magkakaroon ako ng puppy.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon. Sana. I hope within the next 2-3 weeks, no? I would have one. Sana. But ang tanong ko, my question is, winter time, yung mga aso mo, nilalabas, do you have to bring Watson daily out or para mag-jingle or to poop or whatever outside? How is it done? How do you do it?
Yeah. Rain or shine, kailangan mo siyang labas. Rain or shine, no? It could be
Snow.
pelting it down or snow, kahit ano. Every day, it has to be.
Really,
Walang
really. And then
choice.
you have to make dampot with that, with the plastic, kailangan pulutin mo yun. Di ba?
Yun na nga.
May mga ganun, di ba?
Oo, that's pretty gross. Yeah.
So, okay, so daily, if I were to have a dog, will have to go out with the dog every day, maski umuulan, nag-snow, ganyan, kailangan pa rin lumabas ako?
Yeah. Every day. No
Okay.
fail.
So, ang laki pa.
Kailangan
Ang
yung
laki pa
gawin
ng
yung
sacrifice
business nila,
pala.
no?
Oo,
Yeah,
they have to do.
sometimes you
Oo.
you have to. They have to do their
Has it-
business. Huh?
Okay, how long have you had Watson?
Oh, 8, mahigit ng 8 years na.
Okay, in those 8 years, has it ever happened that you missed probably tamad or you were sick or everybody was sick na hindi nyo na ilabas or hindi talaga, kailangan talaga mailabas? In those 8 years, never has it happened that he didn't go out to do his thing.
I mean, maybe siguro, no, because you have to take him out. Even if it's nga, I think once or twice nga sa labas nga lang, you open the door to the garden, no? So, because I think it happened a couple of times that may sakit nga kami. And then
Okay,
and that was otherwise it, no. But yeah, no, every day, because I mean, like people, we have to be relieved also. So yeah, so it's quite a big thing. But they're a great company,
okay.
no. And
Yun nga.
yeah, they're great company.
Yun ang sabi na anak ko, naku papa, matutuwa ka, ganun ganyan. Para bang dun sa sacrifice na yun, parang it's worth it, di ba? Eventually, when they so loving with you, di ba? They play with you, ganyan. Anyway, teka muna, napag-usapan natin si Watson kasi may kasalanan yan, no? Nag-snore ba? Hindi pa nag-snore? Oo, hindi pa. Hindi pa, no?
Hindi pa.
Nag-snore ba?
Hindi pa. Tulog pa rin. Hindi pa. Oh.
Okay. But have you ever, one last question, have you ever, I don't know, tripping lang, you parang pinainom mo ng wine or anything, si alcohol si Watson para makatulog na, ganun?
No.
Never ever.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, lagi naman siyang tulog eh. He doesn't need help with that, no.
Hindi na kailangan.
Lagi siyang
Hindi na
tulog.
kailangan, okay. Okay, all right. Okay, attorney, we'll have a short break. Ano nga pala topic natin for tonight? Ano tonight topic natin?
Oh,
Bago
yeah.
tayo
So,
greetings.
so ito. Yeah.
Ayun.
Third-party financial support, ha? Bagong-bago to.
Bagong law.
It was actually
New law.
It's November. Well, it was going to be a hearing at Court of Appeal in November 2022. So yung pag-uusapan natin.
Ano to? Parang, okay, so pag-usapan natin kasi nga, third-party financial support. In support of an application for coming over, ganyan? Ganun ba?
Tama,
Okay,
yeah. So kung kulang ang pera nyo, yan.
Okay. Is this good news, tong balita mo, o parang ano to? Good news ba to?
Yeah, it's good news.
Pwede, okay, good news to. Okay, so it's so okay. So somehow it parang ano, how would you call it? Strengthens ba yung chances ba, ganun? Parang sakali ito yung makakatulong.
Opo.
Okay. All right. So pagbalik natin, attorney, we're gonna go with our usual guessing game. Siyempre, we have to acknowledge our viewers who are watching us, no? Talagang alam mo na, no? So pagbalik natin sa kakatatanungin ko sino, ha? Okay. So yeah. Go. Okay, ayan, ito na, attorney, ayan, oh.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, sip. Ano, tubig lang ba yan? O may konting, ano yun, may tubig. Sugary, may, tubig lang. Okay.
Tubig.
All right. Okay, so sino ang una nating bumati? Who is the first greeter natin tonight? Sige.
I think Oliver. And last week, he sent me a lovely prose. No, it was really poetic nga. But I think it's Oliver Fernandez.
Sabi niya parang bright, chilly, sunny, gano'n, nung the last Tuesday yung kanyang pagbate doon sa lugar niya. Okay, Oliver Fernandez, let's see. talaga sa Oliver.
Well
Oh,
done,
saludo na ako
Oliver.
talaga sa iyo.
Yes.
Oh.
He's,
Padala
he's,
mo nga
he's
ng
a good man. So
medalya
good
ng isang
morning.
medalya mo, Direk ha, yung isang medalya ni Paula ni Direk
Yeah,
i-donate mo na sa
yun na
kanya.
nga.
Okay, go ahead,
Sa
attorney.
akin na yun, ha?
Oh, Fernandez.
So, good morning, Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, and Derek Pao. Just would like to remind our friends to like and also share so that others could also benefit from our favorite Thursday learning program. I'm pretty sure plenty of families out there trying to improve their lives through legal immigration processes. You're so right, Oliver. Talaga, tamang-tama ka.
Tama
And
yan.
thank you for reminding us all, no? Tama ka.
Yeah. And it's nice.
Yeah.
There's this call to action na ginagawa niya, which is like and share. Share daw. So para a lot of people would know more. Tama naman, di ba? If there's a good thing happening, then why don't you share it, no? And okay si Oliver. Okay. All right, sige.
Yeah,
Let's
great. He's a
go.
great man.
Sino susunod natin? Sige. Okay. Pero okay.
Okay,
Number one ka na naman, ha? Oliver.
let me stick with the chaps. See,
Chap again.
so see Mr. Librojo. Let me go with Mr. Librojo. Rudy.
Libro. Let's go with Rudy Libro. Subukan natin. Tignan nga natin. Rudy Libro ba?
Oh, Miss
Oh!
Paner. Oh, of
Si
course.
Marian.
Yeah,
Yan ang
Miss
one of those
Paner.
contenders yan. Oh. Marian
Yeah,
Galicia Paner.
the
Okay,
lovely,
sige, attorney.
lovely. Yeah, so
Yeah,
hello
very
po,
lovely.
sabi niya. Magandang gabi po, Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira. At sa lahat, Thursday po, and stay safe. Always God bless us po. Yeah, God bless, Miss Paner. Thank you
Yeah,
for
God bless
watching.
you sa'yo, ha?
Yeah,
Yes.
lovely.
Yan ang mahuhusay talaga. Mga laging nauuna yan si one of those, no? O sige, sino pangatlo natin, attorney?
Okay, in that case, Miss Tigbao. Miss
May Tigbao. May Vargas Tigbao ba?
Tigbao.
Oh, may Vargas. Oh, may Tigbao. Yeah. May. Tingnan natin, May. Ikaw nga ba yan? Wala naman doon.
Oh, well done. Top 3.
Mario
Sandre Enache. Yeah. So,
Ayan.
top 3 nga siya, no? What a lovely evening po sa ating lahat, especially Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. We finally came here in Bristol. Oh, okay.
Came back.
I hope
Siya ba
it's
yung
not
nasa
raining.
Cyprus? Siya ba yung nasa Cyprus?
Oh, yeah.
Cyprus siya, di ba?
Yeah, I think
Di
so.
ba?
Tama ka.
Oh,
so
so we finally came back here in
Bristol.
Bristol. Taga Bristol pa rin siya.
Oh, okay.
Ano pangalan niya? Sandre ba? Andre? Ano ba pangalan niya?
Mario
Anong
Sandre Enache.
Parang combination to
Yeah,
combination eh.
Ata.
Oh, anong pangalan mo?
So,
Anong pangalan mo? Yeah. Hopefully. Go ahead, attorney. Sorry. Medyo may
Yeah,
ano tayo,
sure.
meron parang gap na ano.
Oh,
Oy, si Ma'am Cora.
Tingnan mo. Si Ma'am Cora. Ma'am Cora Carsola.
Oo.
Magandang gabi, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, Derek Paula, at sa lahat sa Pinas. Many thanks in advance for all the info you're sharing to us. We shall definitely so thank you, Ma'am Cora.
Definitely learn. May continuation.
Learn from
Definitely
them.
learn.
Yeah. And we shall also impart them to our fellow workers needing them. Mabuhay po kayo. Salamat po, Ma'am Cora.
Oh, thank you.
She's so lovely.
Salamat, Ma'am Cora.
She is so
talaga,
lovely.
Impart it. Teacher yan. Teacher imparts knowledge to the students. So she's also doing the imparting of what we have. So she's gonna impart it sa mga kaibigan niya, mga kilala. Eto, si May Tigbao Vargas. Tigbao Vargas pala.
May.
Diba?
Yun nga.
Oo.
Good
Si May.
evening,
Oh,
sabi
wala ka na,
niya,
attorney.
Attorney Lira. Yeah, yun nga. Yeah.
Oo.
It's only a little bit late nga, no? Yeah, so, good evening, sabi niya, no? Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, Derek Pao, and to all the viewers watching from Exeter, Devon, happy Thursday. May, check your email, okay?
Okay,
So,
nag-email ba sa'yo?
check your email. Yeah, so
okay. Check your
I was
email.
emailing
May
nga.
query
So,
siya.
yeah, check your
Okay.
email, madam.
Okay.
Because I've
Check
been
your
emailing
email, ha?
you.
May.
Okay.
All right, okay. Uy, si Marilyn Jones. Yung nando sa party.
Yeah, the
Tama ba?
lovely Miss Jones.
Oh,
Yeah,
hi.
yes. Yes, it's
Miss
great
Jones.
dancer
Ganda na
nga,
apelido,
no?
no?
Yeah, yun nga.
Oh.
So, a cold Thursday. Tama ka. Ang lamig nga ngayon, no? A cold Thursday evening to all, especially to Attorney Lira
Look at
and
what I'm
Sir
wearing.
Sonny. Yeah. Yun na nga. With your fleece.
Oh.
Yeah. Looking forward to an informative night.
Yes.
God bless. So, no, talaga, ang biglang lumamig nga ngayon, no? Yesterday, umulang kahapon, no? Yeah, umuulang kahapon. Ngayon, ang lamig-lamig. It was so cold. This kind of...
I think, sunod-sunod na yan, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, umuulan talaga, Attorney. I don't know what your place sa Richmond, pero dito sa area namin, Roehampton sa Putney, talaga umuulan, no? But there will be, parang mga, kamukha kanina, biglang umaraw, tapos umulan na naman, no? Na paiba-iba.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's cold and
ngayon,
rainy.
Hindi ata umulan ngayon, ano? Yeah.
Hindi na, may parang tahimik na, parang ngayon, quiet. Hopefully, bukas, hindi. I'm gonna be, ayan. Okay. Si Ninfa, no?
Ninfa.
Regondon.
Regondon, yeah. Oh, good evening. Good evening, Attorney Lira, Sir Sonny. And good evening, Ninfa. Where are you watching from? No?
Ano yan, ang alam ko, nasa Wimbledon yan. She was one of my students. I had this class, or speech development or something, and she was one of my students. Hi, Ninfa.
Oh, talaga?
Mabuhay si Ninfa. Yes.
That's so nice, no?
Ito.
Okay.
Marius
Okay.
Andre
Itong pangalan niya. Marius. So, buo ba yan? Marius Andre?
Babae ba yan? Babae ka ba?
And Marius Andre? Lalaki siguro, no? Marius? Siguro.
Marius lalaki ba?
Andre Agustin Inache. So anong tama, no? Marius Andre Agustin Inache. So yung ang buo niyang pangalan, Marius Andre Agustin Inache.
So lalaki to, lalaki ba? Lalaki ba siya, Attorney?
Siguro.
Marius.
Yeah, siguro dahil Mario, no? Marius. Marius.
Marius,
I don't know actually. Yeah. Marius.
Ano ka ba? Girl ka ba o guy, no? Sige. Hindi natin alam kasi bisan ng mga pangalan, hindi naman.
Lovely.
Opo, from Cyprus.
Cyprus. Dati.
Ano, babae ka ba? Lalaki, Marius? Kasi hindi namin masakyan kung yung ginagamit mo yung account ng asawa mo ba o hindi natin Cyprus, no? Ayan, from Cyprus dati. Tama, Cyprus siya. Okay.
Uy,
si Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi. Gigi Lamparo. Lovely, Gigi. Good evening, sabi niya, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Happy Thursday. All viewers, God bless. Also direct power, of course. Yeah. Hi, Gigi.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're keeping warm. Lamig nga ngayon, no?
Okay. All right. Are we ready for the break? Mag-break muna tayo. Direct, tama ba? Okay, maybe. Okay. Si Ninfa.
Watching
tama, Wimbledon. Correct ako.
So kapitbahay, no?
Correct. And talagang they're watching, because they're reacting. Avelin.
Yeah, you know.
Bye-bye. Avelin.
Yeah, so
Avelin.
Mario,
Sino si Mario Andre?
Mario Andre? Anak ko po. I see. So, pero ang pangalan niya, sinabi niya pangalan niya kanina. So, the one before. Ang buo niyang pangalan. Avelin. Agustin. I see. Evelyn, no? Avelin, no? Avelin.
Avelin ba o Evelyn? Avelin ba o Evelyn? Mukha, teka muna, dito sa yung Andre niya rito, Y, pero Andre ng type niya, I. So parang, siguro parang parang cute lang tingnan, no? Marios, siguro name Marios, and then Andre, siguro with an I, and then Enache is the surname ng asawa niya, pero Agustin, lagi niya ng Agustin kasi parang middle name, parang mother's surname, which is her surname ni Avelin. Avelin ba yun? Evelyn. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna have a short break na. Maraming salamat doon sa ating first batch of mga pagbate. Pagbalik ko natin yung third-party support na sinasabi ni attorney na very exciting. Pakinggan ho natin, baka makatulong ko sa inyo kung sakaling medyo kapos kayo sa... Hindi ko alam kung hindi discuss yung attorney. Baka more or less, ganun yun. Ganun yun. No? So, okay. Sige, we're gonna have a short break. And when we come back, this very interesting topic, no? Bagong-bago ho to. Third-party financial support. So, makinig ho kayo. Maaaring kayo apektado or somebody that you know. Saglit po lang. Kami po yung magbabalik.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid, 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy ho tayo sa ating programa. No? Happy Thursday once again. Ito po ang Immigration Corner. So, ayan, very exciting. Bagong kaalaman ngayon, no? Ating pag-uusapan. Tawagin natin siyempre uli, once again, no? Let's call on our star of the show natin, no? Siyang yung ating managing partner po ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. Walang iba kundi si Attorney Lira Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, happy Thursday once again.
Ayun nga. Ay, happy Thursday, Sonny, and to all, no? Good
Yes.
to have you back. No, great to have you back.
Oh yeah, well, I'm also happy, no? Glad na, imagine another Christmas na naman ulit tayo sa show, di ba? We've had so many Christmases na, 2, 3 Christmases, no? Ibig sabihin na, yeah, astonishing. So, yes, I'm so excited, no? Sabi nga ni Ma'am Cora, she's looking forward to something that she can impart to people, to friends, para ma-impart nila yung knowledge ngayon. So, ito na. Ito na yung, di ba? Third, ready na ako. Meron na ako itong pad. Ayan, no? Sabi nga ng pad ko, good idea start here. Ayan.
That's
naman,
nice. Yeah, that's
Okay.
true actually. Tama.
All right. Ayan, biglang nag-defocus. Okay, sige, Attorney, take it away.
Okay, salamat po. Now, ito pong topic natin nga ngayon, third-party financial support, no? So, development, new law. Now, okay, let's just a bit of background, no? So, everyone knows, so most everyone nga, kung papasok nga kayo dito, spouse visa kayo, o nandito na nga kayo, kailangan yung extend ng visa, or you applying now for indefinite leave to remain, having done 5 years as spouse nga, ang kailangan yung pakita na income is 18,600 pounds, no, before tax. Kung wala nga kayong mga anak, no, or it's slightly less than 18,600, so sabihin natin 15,000 ang income nyo, kailangan yung savings of 25,000, no, to show if you have 15,000. Now, or kung 11,000 ang income nyo, you need to be able to show savings of 35,000 pounds, no. Now, if you satisfy it, then of course hindi nga problema. Kung nandito na nga kayo, you can also count yung income nyo dun sa income ng sponsor nyo. So kung income mo, ikaw ang applicant nga, ikaw ang kinuha nga dito, ang income mo sabihin natin 10,000, And yung asawa mo, ang income niya is 8,600, okay, sapat nga yun. Ang problema, kung hindi nga sapat ang pera. And that happens. And I suspect it will happen potentially more regularly at the moment than, people are losing their jobs, for example, nga ngayon. People have been sick, no? COVID is still around. So it could be na ang sitwasyon nga, you came into the country perfectly fine with 18,600, but you can't then satisfy next time around. So this is really yung napag-uusapan nga natin. Now, just again, a little bit of background. It was not always, this 18,600 was not always there, no? And then on top of that, something called third-party support, yung pag-uusapan nga natin, that's also moved in the last few years, actually 10 years. So, before July 2012, so a little over a decade ago, 10 years ago, third-party support was allowed. No, so kung hindi nga kasya, you then submit documents from say, mga magulang nyo, and that counted. It was allowed. Now, then they changed the law. Okay, so after July nga 2012, binago nila. They introduced something called Appendix FM, Appendix SE, which is still actually in play. Now, ang ginawa nila ng Home Office, they excluded third-party support. So basically, kung hindi nga sapat ang pera ng sponsor, kung magagaling nga kayo sa Pilipinas, o hindi sapat yung pera nyo, kung nandito na nga kayo, 18,600, then you fail that condition, no? And that was in July nga 2012. Now, they got quite a lot of stick for that, no? Dahil na the Home Office, that is the government. That's there were cases then that held that that was unfair, and it was actually unfair, no? And certainly ako, I've dealt with cases where yung kliyente ko na nandito, yung sponsor, nakatira sa amo nga niya, no? Yung amo niya, siya, no charge for rent, and then there's also no charge for bills, no household bills like kuryente, tubig, mga ganoon. So ang expenditure nga lang nila, pinakamalaki yung pagkain, no? Even council tax was included. So it was not fair na kung yung income ng kliyente ko 18,000, no? So 600 pounds less, she still wouldn't have satisfied the 18,600, even though free accommodation, free bills, no? So it didn't make an awful lot of sense. Now, 5 years after July 2012, a case came about, which was actually it was a Supreme Court case. So basically, the Home Office got a lot of stick for implementing or applying the law in that way. The case was called Lebanon, Lebanon. Now, so the court heavily criticized really the rules, and then and very strongly essentially suggested, that really it should be changed. The Home Office, with this, very reluctantly actually made the changes, in fairness. So, nangyari, it went from third-party support was allowed to third-party support not allowed, no? To third-party support allowed again in 2017, okay? But there's there are conditions attached to it, no? It was not as relaxed as pre-2012. So the condition is that it must be, the third-party support must be a credible guarantee of sustainable financial support. Yun sabi, that's actually in the rules, no? So a credible guarantee. Ang problema nga, what's a credible guarantee, no? You can't list each and every single circumstance, no, where that would apply. Now, itong kaso, so this is where we are now, no? So you can allow they would take into account a third party support as long as it's credible guarantee. But there's been a lot of confusion or no real guidance nga as to what that means, yung credible guarantee. Now, and yung pag-uusapan nga natin ngayon, this is the new, if you like, case law, no? About third-party support. So, kung ang kaso nyo nga ngayon, hindi sapat ang pera nyo, kung papasok nga kayo dito, hindi sapat yung pera nung income ng asawa nyo, o nandito na kayo, hindi nga lang sapat yung income nyo, yung 18,600, no? In order to apply for spouse or party visa, or indeed indefinite leave to remain on that basis, you should pay attention now because this is quite a good case, no? Now, unang-una, I'll give you the brief background. So, ang pangalan ng kaso is SB, no? Against Secretary of State for the Home Department, and it was only in November 2022 that it was actually published, no? So, very, very new, no? Case of SB. So, background po ito. SB, dumating siya dito as a spouse visa, okay? So, to join her husband. Matagal na silang kasal, no? Now, nung dumating siya dito, ang income ng husband niya, over 18,600. So, hindi nga yung problema at the time nung pumasok nga siya dito. 2.5 years from the date nga na dumating siya nga dito, or nearly 2.5 years later, mag-i-extend na nga siya ng visa as a spouse, no? First extension nga niya. Now, in the meantime, yung asawa, he retired, no? So he didn't have the income anymore of 18,600. Now, his main income or his only income actually was a pension. Pero pension, it was short by something like 11,000 pounds yung pension nga niya. So, because he didn't have she didn't have nga the 18,600 to show, no? The application was refused. Yeah? Now, ang ginawa niya, which was sensible actually, is she made another application very quickly. May visa pa nga siya, no? So, she made the application. This time, sabi niya, well, okay, alam ko, hindi nga sapat ang pera namin. We're short by 11,000 pounds. But, nakatira kami sa anak namin, adult child, no? Nakatira kami doon, and for a number of years, we're living there rent-free, okay? At saka ang income ng anak nila 60,000 pounds per year. So malaking big earner nga siya, no? And siyang bumibili ng lahat. So siya nagbabayad din ng kuryente, tubig, mga ganoon. So he's paying for all the bills. Siya din ang bumibili ng household necessities, and there's no rent, no? Dahil bahay nga niya. He's paying the mortgage. So ang sabi nila, well, in that case, dahil nga third-party support, it's credible third-party support, dahil matagal na nga itong sitwasyon namin, itong arrangement nga namin, anak namin siya, so it's not an issue. Now, nagpadala sila ng bank statements ng anak nila, no? Now, the bank statement, had some money, but he did not have, if you like, the 11,000 pounds na kulang. No? So it was not, ang sabi nga nila, the description, it wasn't ring fence. So there was no extra 11,000 pounds na mapapakita nga niya na sobra, no? So the Home Office said, and the upper tribunal, because it was refused, no? The Home Office said, no, hindi yan pwede. You are short still of, so the fact that you could not show na merong ang sobrang 11,000 pounds yung anak niyo, you can't show then that you satisfy actually the 18,600 pounds, yung sabi ng Home Office. And the upper tribunal, no, because it was refused, the upper tribunal agreed. No? So when the upper tribunal agreed, then the SB, the applicant, then tried to appeal. The upper tribunal actually refused, no, permission to appeal. So and it could have ended there. Pero malakas ang loob nitong SB. So ang ginawa niya, she then made an application to the Court of Appeal for permission to appeal. So Court of Appeal is obviously one of the highest courts in the land. And she got permission to appeal to the Court of Appeal. Now, that takes us to November 2022. There was supposed to be a hearing in November 2022. No? Obviously, this month nga. Now, tinignan uli ng Home Office, no, the grounds that were submitted, and also the arguments to against and pro, no, on the case. Ang ginawa nila, and I think it was sensible of the Home Office, binawi nila yung refusal. So sabi nila, okay, we're going to we would agree to reconsider, no? Titingnan nga namin uli, and chances are that that's probably, well, it's legal speak for they will grant her a visa, no? As long as so we can agree it, so it doesn't have to go to the Court of Appeal, which is a bit disappointing, frankly, na hindi nga pumunta sa Court of Appeal, because it would be good to have the guidance nga on this, especially on this point. But we won't get that guidance now because, of course, there's the court, inuro nga nila, no? So the Court of Appeal hearing will not now take place. But, no, it's still nevertheless helpful. Dahil the Home Office, so if you look at this case nga, the Home Office themselves, in looking at the case again, sabi nila, they kind of admitted that they think that the upper tribunal was probably not correct, and therefore they were probably also not correct, no, in deciding in the way that they do, na kailangan yung pakita na may 11,000 pounds na sobra. Okay? Because that also does not make any sense, because of course it's also unrealistic, no? Then yung pera nga, of course, ginagamit nung anak, no? Because it was being used to pay for, ginagamit yung pera niya to pay for the mortgage, to pay for the bills, to pay for food nga, no? And probably giving the parents also some allowance. So ibig sabihin, it was already being used. So what was the point of having an extra or needing an extra 11,000 pounds? So I think the Home Office, even the Home Office agreed that as long as the third party support, is accepted as credible support, no? Dahil nga napakita nga nila na, it's been the case for several years na yung ang anak nang susuporta nga. So as long as the Home Office accept that the third party support is a credible source of income, hindi nyo kailangan pakita na may sobra pa, no? I mean, in this case, of course, ang income ng ano, 60,000, that's quite a big amount of money. But I actually think you need necessarily, the whole 60,000 pounds, okay? So as long as you have a credible source of income, then the Home Office should nevertheless grant nga the visa. Now, I'd be interested to know kung anong visa bibigay nga sa kanya, no? And it should really be simply an extension of leave to remain. If that's the case, then that means that next time around, so nakawa na nga yung 2.5 years, next time around, and now gets 2.5 years, then she would complete then the 5 years and then eventually be able to apply nga for indefinite leave to remain. Now, the indefinite leave to remain stage, kailangan niya pa rin pakita nga yung 18,600. But if the Home Office na binawi na nga nilang decision nila, then next time around, it should not be as bad. So, the moral of the story, no, ito. So, tip ko sa inyo, ha, kung magpapasok kayong application, alam nyo na, nakapos ang pera nyo, no, you must refer to this third-party support, yeah? And you should refer to this case. So, ang kaso, ang pangalan, SB v. Secretary of State for the Home Department, okay? It's 2022 Court of Appeal nga, no? So, you should refer to that, and you refer to the if you like, guidance or notes nga that was provided by the Home Office. Nasabi nga nila, well, if it's credible support, then you should not really be required to show na may nga, in this case 11,000 pounds ang kulang nga. So kung alam nyo magkulang nga kayo, must make sure you refer to this case, okay? And also the Court of Appeal, so the notes from the Court of Appeal, and of course the notes from the Home Office nga mismo, and say that of course yung kaso nyo should also benefit from the principles that have been if you like, established or argued nga, in this case of SB. So don't simply give up on the application. Okay. So make sure you make the reference. So it's a November 2022 case. It's a Court of Appeal nga, hindi nga lang naituloy because they withdrew their case. But nevertheless, it is helpful. The principle also that established there is helpful. So kaso nga SB, again, Secretary of State, it's November 2022. So hopefully, hindi nga problema sa inyo yung income. But if it is, this case is helpful.
Ayan, okay. Ayan, ako, marami tayong natutunan for today, no? A lot of things pala happened, no? After July 2012, kasi kamukha nung isa doon sa yung mga adult dependents, pwede pa nung araw yata, no? Yun ang lagi kong nababasa nung araw. Below 18, above 65 na parents or something, pwede, no? Pero nagbago na yan. So July 2012. Prior to that, they were allowed, prior to July 2012, they were allowing this, di ba? Itong third party, no? Pero nung after July 2012, hindi na pinayagan. No? Pero si SB ba, would you know, attorney, curious lang ako, si SB ba, anong nationality niya? Dahil dumating siya, may work pa yung husband, tapos nag-retire, biglang nag-dwindle, bumaba ng naging less than 10,000 or something yata income. Taga saan siya? Anong nationality niya? Would you remember?
I think SB for what is from India.
India. Okay, India. Okay.
So,
I have so there was an attempt to bring it to the Supreme Court. To the Court of Appeals. Pero sabi mo nga sayang para may precedent sana, at least maganda sana kung dumating doon. Parang inalaw na ng Home Office, no? Parang binigyan na siya ng ng visa. Question ko lang, has there ever been a case, an immigration case, immigration in nature that has reached all the way to the Supreme Court?
Oh yes.
Kasi yan, mga
absolutely.
tribunal, di ba? Tapos Court of Appeals. So you were talking about Court of Appeals. Nga, umabot ba? Meron bang cases ba na umabot na sa Supreme Court? Meron din.
Yeah, it's that case of Lebanon. That was the 2017 one that led them to the change, to the Home Office changing it back so that it's third party support is again accepted. That was quite a good case actually. Lebanon. And others, 2017. That went all the way to the Supreme.
Okay. All right. Ngayon, another question lang. Curious lang ako, attorney. In the course, can it be used as a strategy, for example, appealing and appealing? Because perhaps by appealing, the conditions, the situation would eventually change to meet the requirement? Pwede ba yan? Or you will be held in technically, kasi it is based on a previous ruling by the let's say by the Home Office that na-refuse ka based on those facts of case na kulang yung bata. Halimbawa ito, 60K halimbawa yung kinikita, pero dahil siya nagbabayad, wala siyang savings na 11,000 na to prove. Say for example, in appeal, gumanda ang kaso, ang requirements, can that be used or hindi tatanggapin ng Home Office? Teka muna, that's in the interim. We were talking of something that you were not yet, compliant of the requirement. Ang tanong ko lang is, in the course of an appeal and something changes, I don't know if it's material to the case or whatever, pwede ba magbago decision? Or
it's actually it's a great point, in fact, Sonny. Dahil nga the starting point is no. The Home Office will decide on the facts applicable at the time of application. Yeah. Now, on appeal, the judges, even at the first-year tribunal, should decide on the facts as they existed at the time of the application. And in fact, more than that, the rules now provide, and this is 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. So sabihin natin, yun nga, sabi mo, new matter, nagbago. Strictly speaking, if you're appealing, tapos may nagbago nga, unless the Home Office agrees that the judge can also look at the new matter, they don't have to. No, or they can't, rather, not they don't have to, they can't, which means it will be adjourned, no, for another day for hearing. So, and it is something that I come across a lot actually, dahil nga, things change often, especially ngayon, ang baga nga nilang ilista yung appeal case, no? And so what I do, and again, tip nga to, no, mga viewers natin, if you have a new matter, okay, ang payo ko, make sure that you inform the Home Office, you emphasize that also well before the hearing date. No? So you say to them, look, can you look at this, please, as a factor that's relevant? We don't think it's a new matter because maybe it flows from something else, or you can accept that it's a new matter, but you have an appeal, so tingnan nyo, please. No? So it could be, kung nakita nila in advance, it could be that the Home Office, also the presenting officer, may then actually decide, well, that's fine, no? Alam naman namin, so we can have it ready. So new matters, you can't just ambush them, no? Or anyway, but also new matters would not necessarily be, considered by the courts, no? And certainly not the Court of Appeal, because they will be looking at the challenge to the law rather than the facts, no? And certainly not the Supreme Court. So that's why lagi ko sinasabi sa mga kliyente ko, pag nagpapasok yung application, siguraduhin nyo, you put all your arguments forward, no? Don't think na they will ask you for more documents, because if you submit the application, they refuse it, you're kind of stuck with the information that you have. I mean, you can try and get in more information, especially if it flows from the same issue. But you don't really want to be in that position kung hindi nga kailangan. And that's why, itong case of SB, ginawa niya, she made a new application, no? Rather than simply maybe appealing, no, the refusal. Because hindi nga niya sinabi nung unang-una yung anak nila. See? So that's why I think she made a new application.
Ayan. Okay. So in general, hindi na pwede, pero if you can do it prior to the next hearing and maisingit mo kagad yan, baka sakali. Yun ba? May chance. Baka.
You can try. Oo.
You can try. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go with the questions. First question, sige, direct. Anong first question natin yan?
Okay.
Rico F.
Po to
Okay.
kay Rico F. Na. Good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. May tatanong lang po ako. Yung friend ko po, domestic siya, na overstay na. Wala po talagang siyang, wala po ba siya talagang pag-asa na maligal in the UK? Namatay po yung anak niya. Hindi siya man lang nakauwi. 7 years na po siyang overstay dito, accompanied by employer from Hong Kong. Maraming salamat po. Rico, sabi mo sa my condolences, no? That must be horrible na hindi nga siya nakauwi to even say goodbye, no? Now, it's not good news, unfortunately, Rico, no? Dahil ito kung overstayer na kayo, if overstayer na nga siya, for most of that time, wala nga siyang visa. Dahil 6 months visa lang kung domestic visa, unang-una . So for at least 6.5 years, wala na nga siyang visa. Then an application can really be on that basis on private life or family life, no? Private life is the length of time you've been in the United Kingdom. 7 years is just not long enough. Private life, of course, kung merong, family life, of course, kung meron nga siyang partner nga dito, sabihin natin, no? Kung meron, then baka, no? So it would be on the basis of family life. Otherwise, kung private life, the time scale really for private life would be 20 years, no? The 20 years long residence route, no? That's okay. That's something else on top of the private life, na. But of course, that's 13 years to go. So put it this way: kung wala siyang partner dito, wala siyang pamilya nga dito, 7 years pa nga lang siya, dumating siya dito as domestic worker. If she's seeing me, I would be saying no. Don't make an application at this stage.
So walang chance ma-legalize talaga, no? Overstaying 7 years na, domestic na dala ng amo, no? So Yan ang problema. Hindi lang dito sa UK, pati sa Amerika. Namatay na ang nanay. Una namatay ang tatay. O namatay yung nanay, hindi makauwi. No? Tataka tuloy yung mga neighbors. Baka TNT yun sa Amerika. No? Pero nire-reason na lang hindi daw makauwi dahil isang kapatid pa may inaalalayan na TNT rin no, sa Amerika. Okay, alright. Next, kawawa naman. We really sympathize pagka ganyan, no? Pero, mag-asawa, attorney, kunyari na in love, yun na lang siguro, na in love sa isang EU citizen na naka-regular na rate sa UK, no? May chance siguro na ganun, no? Pwede kaya?
Yeah, well, look, kung meron ka ngayong
20 years,
meron kayong partner. Yeah, 7
Oo.
years is a long time. It could be na meron siyang partner na nga, boyfriend or hindi, girlfriend nga dito. It's a possibility. So kung meron nga siyang meron nga siyang partner, may pamilya nga siya, special kung nagsasama nga sila, then yeah, it's worth looking at. No? Pero kung yung nga ang sitwasyon ay 7 years siya, wala siyang pamilya, domestic visa nga siya nung pumasok nga siya dito, 7 years I would say is just not long enough. No? Lagi kong sinasabi sa mga kliyente ko, prangka ako. Kung meron magagawa, sasabihin ko. Kung wala akong magagawa, magandang wala muna tayong gawin, sasabihin ko din. No? So, in that case, kung yun ang kaso, maduda.
Okay, pero kung yung isa, yung mas mahaba, 20 years ang ibubunuin nila, ganun ba? Yung ba sinasabi mo kanina?
20 years. 20 years na tuloy-tuloy dito sa UK. Yeah.
Tuloy-tuloy, yun.
Yeah.
Hirap talaga, no? Kaya
Yeah,
makinig ko kasi dito sa Immigration Corner dahil somehow you get enlightened, no? Wag ko kayo maniniwala kung sino-sino nagmamarunong dyan, parang know it all about immigration, no? Baka mapasama lang kayo, mahingan pa kayo ng pera. Marami akong kilalang ganyan, magkikita sila sa isang restaurant, pagkakapi-kapi muna sila, bigla silang hihinga ng 100 pounds. Advice na raw yun, may siningil na kagad, no? Pero yung case nila, kamukha na to overstayer, mahirap i-legalize, no? Baka madugas kayo o maloko. Dugas is like a slang word for baka maloko kayo, maswindle o maloko sa pera nyo. Okay. At buti manood kayo rito, tanong nyo rito. At least, maski paano may bibigyan kayo ng guidance dito, no? Masasagot ni attorney. Okay, next question. Direct.
Okay,
Rose
galing
A.
po to kay Rose.
Attorney.
Rose A. Oh, okay. Ang dami niya questions. That's good. Magandang gabi, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Happy Thursday. May tanong lang po ako regarding ILR. So, indefinite leave to remain. Okay?
Leave to remain,
so,
yeah.
una, if dumating ako ng December 20, 2018, meaning pwede na ba akong mag-apply ng indefinite leave to remain 28 days before December 20, 2023, so 5 years later, o pwede din po bang 18 days, okay, before the expiration of the BRP namin, which is March 2024, okay. So yun ang question 1 niya. Question 2, kung ang dependent ko, 12 years old, ay dumating this year lang, no, so kadadating nga lang ng bata, pwede po ba siyang isabay sa ILR agad, no, indefinite leave to remain? Pangatlo, question niya, if yes, dalawang application po bang kailangan gagamitin namin? Salamat, mabuhay ang programa. Rose, okay. Unang-una po ito. To question 1, no? So, kung dumating kayo dito, December 20, 2018, then meaning pwede na ka ba mag-apply for ILR 28 days before December 2023 or pwede din po bang 18 days before the expiration ng BRP namin, which is March 2024? The answer is you can do either one. Okay. Now, the rules say that the earliest you can apply, no, is 28 days before you're eligible. Okay, that's the rule, no. 28 days before you're eligible. Now, so ibig sabihin, kung dumating ka dito December 20, 2018, no, you would have been eligible in December 20, 2023. So, pwede ka magpasok ng application, as you already said there nga, 28 days before 20 December 2023. But that's the earliest you should make the application, no? Pero kung hindi ka pa ready, o wala pang pera, o hindi, you haven't done the test, for example, no? The Life in the UK or the English language test, you can also wait until matatapos na nga ang visa nyo. So, o visa mo. So, March 2024, kung matatapos ang visa mo March 2024, you can make an application anytime before March 2024 because you've already done nga the 5 years leave to remain. So the quick answer to your number one is you can do either one. So whenever you're ready. But as I say, just beware, do not apply longer than 28 days before the 20th of December 2023. Okay? So pero kung magpasok ng application on the 20th of December 2023, hindi nga yung problema. Okay? If you want to make an application sooner. Pangalawang question, kung ang dependent ko, 12 years old, ay dumating this year, pwede ba siya isama sa as indefinite leave to remain agad? Yes. No? In fact, you should. You have to. No? Because dependent mo nga siya. Pangalawang question, if yes, dalawang application form ba o gagamitin namin? No, isa lang. Isasama mo doon sa ikaw main applicant, isasama mo nga siya sa application mo. But you have to pay, of course, the extra fee. Pero isang form lang kailangan nyo.
Okay, maganda yung questions Pero tama ka. Well, both pwede sa number one question. Pero, siyempre, mas maganda gusto mo maaga-aga, no? So, December 20, pasok mo na.
Yeah.
Tama, attorney, no?
Yeah.
Oo, okay. Wag lang longer before.
Ready
no?
ka na? Yeah, kung ready ka na.
Okay, okay.
Lagi kong sinasabi sa mga kalayante ko, kung ready na kayo, you should do it sooner rather than later. For numerous reasons. It could be the law changes, no? It could be na mamahal yung pagbayad nga sa home office, no? And anyway, the sooner you can get, kung dito na kayo nakatira, ang plano ay dito na din nga kayo titira in the future, the sooner you get it, get the indefinite leave to remain better, the better it is, no? Also for work, no? It could be that you get better work dahil wala nga kayong limited visa. So there are not so many downsides to doing it sooner kung ready na kayo, of course.
Hindi lang work, no? Business. You can engage in business, di ba? Pagka ganyan, ano ka na, no? Indefinite leave to remain, no? Kung permanent resident ka na. So you could do a lot of things. Kulang na lang sa'yo. You can, same benefits din ng isang citizen except you cannot vote, no? Parang ganun, di ba? So malaki na yan, matibay na yan. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, attorney.
Also mortgage, no? Mortgage. Kailangan kung bibili ng bahay, no? Yeah. Kung limited visa ka, you probably won't get a mortgage.
Hindi pwede. Oo nga. Okay. All right. Direct, next question natin.
Okay. Galing po to kay Baya. Baya E. Good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. My friend has a question regarding the TB test. TB is tuberculosis, recent lang pong lumabas ang spouse visa niya, independent niya. But yung TB test niya, mag-expire na po sa November 11, 2022. Can they travel po with an expired TB test? Thanks and God bless. Galing to kay Baya. Good news, Baya. Sabi mo, yeah, they can. The TB certificate nga is valid for 6 months. Okay? But we all know na most applications at the moment natatagalan beyond 6 months. So the TB test certificate need only to be valid at the time of the application. So pag nagpasok ka ng application, the TB test must still be valid. Okay? But if it expires during the tagal nyo nag-intay, no problem. You can still enter the United Kingdom as long as, of course, they get a visa. Oh, actually, in this case, nakakuha nga silang visa. So it doesn't have to be valid at the time of entering the United Kingdom.
Sa mga spouses yan, no? Parang requirement yan, no? Pagdating sa airport, pupunta sa isang x-ray nata, no? Ganun, no? Did they get x-ray?
The TB test is actually, I think at the moment, there's only one clinic still sa Pilipinas. So they
sa Pilipinas, okay.
Sa Pilipinas nga. So you get this TB certificate. Pagka nagpasok ng application, kailangan mo yung reference. You can't actually submit an application without it, or they refuse it if you submit an application without a valid TB test certificate. So yun. And I think there's still only one clinic, nasa Maynila nga. So again, beware, no? Not you can't just go to any doctor or any hospital certificate nga. Kailangan nyo mismo yung galing dun sa I think there's still only the one clinic, the authorized clinic to provide the TB test certificates.
May kilala ako, attorney. Lalaki to, dumating, spouse visa, tapos dun siya in-x-ray sa airport eh. And then, but this was back in 2004, 5, ganyan. Tagal na eh. Tapos, kinausap daw siya nung parang, sabi niya, meron kang parang scar ka sa lung mo. Sabi niya, hindi, gumaling na ho ako. So, nakalusot. Pero dito ginawa yung x-ray sa dito raw. Sa may, Heathrow yata.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, no, that so back in the day, yung importante nga yun. Actually, nung dumating ako dito years ago, no, in the UK, nanggaling ako sa Canada, di ba? So I remember going through going through the airport, going through the barriers nga. Tapos tinignan nila yung passport ko, I was Filipino passport holder nga at the time, tinignan yung passport ko, and then they took me aside, no. Sabi nila, you have to be tested. So I remember them getting out, para yung I think ang tawag is spew test, no? So they put this thing on your tongue to check nga your nga. And and I remember being told you have to get they gave me something so I can get x-rayed, no? Tapos and I remember I thought, okay, well, kailangan, no? I mean, I was 18 at the time, so you don't really question kung anong kailangan nga nila. And then, fortunately, someone then looked more closely at my passport. And then, tinanong nila ako, saan ba nanggaling? And at the time, I said, well, I just flew in from Canada. And I said, well, in that case, hindi nyo kailangan. So they obviously thought I flew in from the Philippines at the time. So so yun. So yeah, so you're probably right, yung kaibigan mo that he was asked, because I would have been asked if I flew. I was asked. They just didn't continue because they realized I flew in from Canada. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Because this was sometime before 2012, because a lot of changes in the Immigration Act ba o Act of nagbago 2012, no. So kamukha nito yung mga domestic helpers ngayon na 6 months lang ang maximum duration nila, something new yan, di ba? Hindi man in the olden times hindi ganoon, di ba? They can stay longer, di ba?
Yeah, that was also in 2012 actually. It was April 2012 nung nagbago yung batas. That was a depressing year, 2012.
Ayun, Well, marami tayong natutunan sa gabing ito. Ako, natutunan naman ako, nagdagdagan yung kaalaman ko. So, ayan, I hope everybody, na nanonood may natutunan. So, don't hesitate to send in your questions kung may mga tanong mo kayo. At wag na ho kayo mahiya. At wag kayo magtanong sa taong walang alam. Kasi, o kung sino-sino lang, mas mabuti na ho yung dito ho sa unang-unang hindi nyo alam, pag magmamalaki ko lang, may bragging rights tayo. Si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT, ang kauna-unahang Pilipinong naging abogada dito sa United Kingdom. Tama ba ako, Attorney? Di ba? Tama. Lumabas pa sa diary yun, di ba? Oo. So, ayan so ibig sabihin, 30 years. Totoo talaga. I mean, ito ay talagang galing from knowledge gained from the studies of immigration and sa actual sa field, sa kumbaga talagang nasa labanan sa battlefield andun si attorney in terms of immigration. So talagang credible. Okay. Kung may mga last pabati tayo, magpapaalam na tayo. Meron pa ba tayo dyan? Sige, maski pahabol lang sige, maski dalawa lang pagbigyan natin. Ayun.
Si Edgardo. Yeah. Hi, Edgardo Enriquez. Yeah. Cold Thursday. Yeah. To Mr. Laragan, Attorney Tirin, Direct Pao, and to the viewers. Working from home today in Morden. Oh, yeah. Looking forward to lots of learning again today. Thanks. Salamat, Edgardo. Morden is isang dulo, no? Morden. You're far away.
Morden. At saka more than ang end of northern line. So if you're going south, more than pag going north, hindi ko alam kung anong katumbas no sa north. Okay, ayan. Sige. Isa pang pagbati siguro pagbigyan natin. Alright. Si May
Okay, so
Tigbayo
yan
Vargas.
kay May,
Okay.
May Tigbayo Vargas. Hi, attorney. Nabasa ko ng email ko. Pasensya na po. Mali yung pag-type ng contact number ko. Kulang isang digit. Tama ka. So,
Okay.
nag-email siya sa akin, which is very nice. So, sabi niya, binigyan niya yung number. So, tinawagan ko. I couldn't get through. And then I realized, we're missing a digit.
Buti hindi, baka bigla kang may sumagot from Nigeria. Hindi naman siguro. No? Ang dami nating calls from Nigeria. Grabe, attorney. I don't know kung ano, yung mga numbers. Pag tine-check ko yung country code, ano ba kinalaman nitong Nigeria ba tumatawag dito? Karamihan yata na mga scam na mga nanloloko, lalo mga mga nasa Nigeria naka-base, no? Kaya ingat ho kayo. Okay, so I guess we learned a lot of things today, no? Kumusta na hopefully sana magkaroon ako magkaaso ako, no? Ayan, no? Oh. Ano ba, snoring ba si ngayon, si Watson, attorney?
Yeah. So, as you see him now, he's on my right side at the moment in exactly that position. No, tulog na tulog.
Okay.
So,
cute naman.
so picture niya ngayon, like 2 minutes ago.
Wow, oo nga, cute naman, no? Very cute si Watson. I'm looking forward. Am I faced with the prospect of, sabi mo nga, come rain or shine, or hell or high water, sabi snow, kailangan ilabas mo, no? Kailangan. So that's siguro that's a bit of a cute naman ito. I love the nose, ha. Oh, kita mo? Oh, look at that, no?
Paul is very trying to show all of his photos.
Does he know that you're taking photos of him? Alam ba niya? What does he, ano reaction niya pag gano'n, kinukunan?
Yeah, sometimes he's posing.
Yan ba do you train him na parang hindi rin masyadong makipag-away ba o sa tao or di ba merong mga was it difficult training a dog ba? O trained na ba siya na dumating sa'yo?
Oh, no. Ito, and he's not, may mga aso, I think they're just better behaved, no? Better, they're easier to train. Ito, si Watson, he is untrainable, no? So he does his own thing, frankly. He barely listens to me. I mean, he's like, matigas ang ulo, no? He just doesn't listen, this dog. There's no point training him. Hindi siya nakikinig. Nakikinig nga lang siya kung may pagkain. But otherwise, he does what he wants to do.
Okay. Well, yung sa akin Pomeranian parang ganyan, siguro the heaviest would be around 3 kilograms, no? Between 1 something to 3 kilograms yata yung mga ganyan Pomeranian Poms, no?
They're gorgeous.
Ayoko na malaki.
They're beautiful.
Ayoko na malaki kasi I don't want to spend money on feeding a dog, no? Kasi sabi ko, gusto ko maliit lang para At saka kung pag-alagalit ako, paluin ko lang na maliit na, hindi ka lang, baka sumigas ang ulo, no? Di ba? Pag-galitan, no? Oo. Iniisip ko, yun ang aking ngayon, I'm thinking of a name. So, ano kaya pangalan?
Oh, yeah.
In Ibanag, in our language, dialect or language, kung tawagin nila, sa Cagayan Valley, ang aso, Kitu, K-I-T-U, Kitu. That's
nice.
Kito. Kito yung yun ang pangalan ng aso. I mean, that's the word of a dog, no? Sa Ibanag. So I might be veering towards it, no? Yung pangalan na yan. But anyway, attorney, baka meron ka pang gustong dagdag, nakalimutan mo, naalala mo, teka muna, meron pa nga pala sa may third party, ganun, support. May nakalimutan ako. Kung may nakalimutan, baka may gusto ka idagdag at also may mga shoutouts and how to get in touch with you. Magpapaalam na tayo, attorney. Go right ahead, please.
Okay. All right. So ito po. So unang-una, for those questions nga na I've not been able to deal with, I will deal with them next week. Okay? Promise, ha? And May, kung gusto mo akong tawagan, Or give me your give me your correct number. I'll call you back. But yung nga, my apologies if there are questions nga that I haven't been able to deal with. But stay tuned. Join us again next week, and then I will definitely deal with them. No. At saka, kung meron kayong mga questions, please feel free email us. No. Either email me kabatbat@douglas-simon.com. Telephone number po ko namin ay 0203-375-0555, no? Kung especially kung urgent nga. Kung mag-email kayo sa akin, please lagay nyo nga lang sa subject no immigration corner so that I can go back to it when I open it. Otherwise, I'll never find it again. So email me, do feel free. Or email, Paula nga. And we'll try and deal with it nga next week. But it's as usual, no? It's always a pleasure. Thanks, Paula. Ito pong website namin, www.douglas-simon.com. Now, I am uploading there some of my articles and also anything new. And it's the third-party support. I'm looking to also upload the information nga dyan, no? So check it out. It's under the news section. So it may be helpful nga to you. And if there are topics actually you want me to deal with, as I did nga last week, no? Kung may mga topic na gusto nyong pag-usapan nga natin particularly, email me. Happy to deal with it, of course. Otherwise, thank you, Paul, no, for joining us, no. And thank goodness, we have Sonny back.
Thank goodness. So it's I miss it. I miss you then, no? Na-miss kita ng for a couple of weeks yata, no? Mahirap din magkasakit, no? I really don't want to get sick talaga. I really hate it, no? Dahil una it's you suffer because pagka may body pain ka at may sakit ka, no? Mas maganda talaga yung healthy. Pero wala tayong magagawa. But I missed you, no? So itong mga ganitong mga samahan namin ni attorney, nakakamiss to. So tama, if you have any topics, questions na gusto niyo sana i-discuss, then just let us know, no? I-message nyo sa atin, email nyo kay attorney, or i-message nyo sa ating Facebook chat, sa chat room, at pipick up ni Direk yan, no? Paula Perez. Okay, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye, attorney. Magpapaalam na tayo, no? So we want to thank everybody for tuning in for today, no? Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood at sana'y may natutunan ho kayo sa gabing ito. At gaya na sabi ni Ma'am Cora Carsola, mag-i-impart, no? Mag-i-impart siya. At kayo rin, no? You can impart the knowledge that you've gained for tonight dito sa ating interaction sa inyong panonood, no? At hindi naman nasayang ang oras nyo, siyempre, dahil educational to, like sinasabi nga ni Oliver, no? Fernandez, and everybody else, no? Pati si, Happy Thursday, no? Thirst for knowledge, yung kay Edgardo Cagastian. So let's do again another Thursday for knowledge, no? Thursday. Happy Thursday again next week, no? Let's do it again. So till then, this is Sonny here on behalf of Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT and our director si Paula Perez na nagsasabing thank you very much so sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay. Kita-kita ulit tayo next Thursday for another edition. So till then, take care, God bless, and good night. Bye!